Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Reverend Sam Supersod, and before we start our program tonight, we'll say a short invocation. Let's bow our head in prayer. Almighty God, giver of all things, with gladness we give you thanks for all your goodness. We thank you for your care and comfort, your means of grace. We thank you for the lives of faithful people. Help us to treasure in our hearts all that you have done for us. Fill our hearts with faith, virtue, knowledge, and patience. This evening, with reverence and affection, we remember before you every one of you to this special program of tribute. But for those who do not, I'll give a very brief account of who and what we are. The ICF was formed in 1985. Originally, the plan was to help the immigrants who were coming mostly from Guyana in settling over here with their legal matters, immigration matters, and sometimes financially also. But as time went by, it evolved. It became more of a social, cultural, charitable organization. And through the hard work of President Ralph Tomesh and his very able body of officers, the Federation every year are doing excellent work, not only in New York, but in Guyana and the West Indies. They take part in all events. Every year, in commemoration of the Indian Arrival Day, we have the annual talent and fashion shows. We have a cricket match. Originally, it was between Guyana and Trinidad, but now it has encompassed an international group of players from the continents, from the West Indies, from Guyana and Trinidad. This year, our match would be, I think, in August 24th. And we do invite you to come on and have a wonderful day of cricket and enjoy drinks and lots to eat. In addition to the cultural events, they take part in the Phagwa Parade and various other events on the Hindu calendar. The ICF, as the name may signify, is an Indian organization. However, it does not confine itself to the Indian population. It does work across other national, racial, and ethnic lines. We have done work in Guyana, in Trinidad, in the West Indies, in USA. We help those who may be in disasters. And we do our very, very best with the monies that we have. We do not have lots of money to spread around. Our main source of income are through donations from people like you. And we'd encourage you to help us in our endeavors to help people around. Lately, we have done some work at Port Moran, those who know the quarantine at the hospitals. Mostly, they needed a mortuary, and we helped with that. And plans are presently being made to help the hospital in Leguan. This time we'll be taking up the entire life cycle. They'll be working on the delivery room, maternity ward, the regular wards, and the mortuary also. So we'll be taking care of the person from birth to onwards. And so we do ask you again to look into us, what we do. During the program or after the program, you may contact one of the officers, and I'm quite sure he or she will be most willing to give you some more information on who you are. Now, I have said enough, so I will call on the most important man in this organization, Ralph Tomesh, a man who has so much energy, I do not know where he gets him from, but I suppose in his willingness and need to help people, that's what's his source of energy. So Ralph, let's put our hand together and welcome Ralph Tomesh to the microphone.
Thank you, Sam. Sam been around in the organization for a number of years. He's one of the guys that writes our cricket articles. You know, any time of the night we can count upon him, like call upon him, and he's ready and willing. And also, whenever we have our cricket match, he'd actually do the pre-article. Ladies and gentlemen, before I move on, I want to show you guys who make the organization successful. And I'd like to start by calling some of the executives of the Indo-Caribbean Federation. I will start out with Dr. Vijay, our treasurer. Next, I'd like to call our secretary, Vanessa Matura. I'd like to call on our directors now, Mr. Anup Danpat. Next would be Imran Ahmad. And then I'll move on to the executive, the committee members. Lily, Lila. Sansan Sani Prasad. Ray Rashid. Yasodra Thakurudeen. Ram Lakanlal. I think that's all our executive that's here today. I also want to recognize a young man here who was one of the founder of the Indo-Caribbean Federation back in 1985, Mr. Vishnu Bishram, Dr. Vishnu Bishram. Sorry about that. Yeah. I also like to, for this program, I'd like to call some of the people and the committee members who actually is outside of the Indo-Caribbean Federation. And that would be Sunita Sukram. Navin Pagu, over there, he's doing the camera work. And we got Kajal Pandey, somewhere around. So these are actually the people who has worked hard for the Indo-Caribbean Federation and makes our event a success. Guys, like I want to reiterate that what Mr. Supersad said about the Indo-Caribbean Federation, but I will not take up much time. I know we're running a little bit late here. And so the Indo-Caribbean Federation, for the past 2 years, I just emphasized a little bit about the Port Moran Hospital, was a big project we took upon ourselves 2 years ago in 2019 to build a waiting room. Because in the past, the waiting room wasn't a waiting room. There was a shed outside of the hospital that the patients would actually go there and sit there, sun, rain, and we actually built a brand new waiting area with air-conditioned seating, TVs, and the whole works. Last year, we actually started a project with a mortuary at the hospital. Prior to that, people would have to pay to get their loved ones stored until they're ready for burial. And we built a mortuary, which is a big project. It took us a long time to do it, big situation in Ghana with the Ghana government. It was held up for a while because we could not get concession for us to improve the freezer. However, that project was completed on May 19th of this year, and it's commissioned by Dr. Barry Ramsaran and is up and running. So we want to thank all the people who supported Indo-Caribbean Federation financially towards that project. So give yourself a round of applause for that. And like Sam said, we are moving forward to the Leguan Hospital, where we're going to be building a maternity ward. And we'll be included 4 beds and also a delivery room and equipment that goes with that. So that's one of the projects we are working on right now. We're still waiting for some approval from the Guyana government. They take their jolly good time there to do that, but we definitely will make that project a success. This evening, we're here to tribute to Sita Pandey. Sita Pandey has been with the Indo-Caribbean Federation for over 25 years. She has sung at our events at Smoky Park, the East Indian Arrival Day celebration. Not only did she sing at Smoky Park, but all other events that the Indo-Caribbean Federation took part in. She's one of the persons that never asked the Indo-Caribbean Federation for a penny. She's always done this. Her generosity was great towards the ICF. In the later years, for the past 15 years, she started to judge the singing competition at Smoky Park also. So she was someone that we actually can depend upon year after year for her services. So that's why we decided fittingly to do something for her. I know I wanted to do it earlier in the year, but because of the COVID restrictions, we could not have done anything. The limitation of a venue. We are open today that we can actually accommodate like about 175 people, and that's why we choose to do it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to, welcome you guys once again, and we're going to move along with the program. At this time, I'd like to introduce the 2 people who are going to be carrying the afternoon, be emceeing actually for the afternoon, and they're no other than Imran Ahmad from ITV, and also Sunita here. So these 2 people are actually going to take us through the rest of the afternoon.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Can we please give President Tamesh a big, big round of applause? Wonderful. Well, a very special good evening. Namaste, namaskar, pranam, salam to each and every one of you. And first and foremost, I have to say what a blessing and what an honor it is to have this crowd here today, considering everything that we've been through over the past nearly 2 years. So we're very happy, we're very delighted, and although we have this crowd here today, we're doing this crowd, although there's been a lot of certainties, we're still adhering to, the measures of COVID-19, and so hence that's why, we know that this is actually, a number of people would have wanted to be here today, so we're very thankful, but they couldn't, so we're very thankful to Akash Vani Media, Dr. Dan Paul-Narayan, and several other people who will be, who's covering this event for the benefit of broadcast. As you heard, that I'm also not only a member of the Indo-Caribbean Federation, but I'm also a television and radio personality. I've been doing so for the last 12 years. I have the honor of I actually have the honor of I've had the honor of being a part of the ICF board. And today, as we are not only honoring the life and legacy of Sita Pandey, we're also remembering a very prominent individual who, for many of you, if you've attended our East Indian Arrival Day celebration, you do know that many of the singers has been backed by the Sansar Sangeet Orchestra. Actually, Mr. Anup Danpad of the Sansar Sangeet Orchestra is here. Big round of applause. A week after, or I believe it's a week or two after, well, Sita Pandey passed away, one of the leading members of the Sansar Sangeet Orchestra, Mr. Kelvin Singh, better known as Uncle Jerry, departed as well. Now, for many years, a lot of the singers who were in this room, that was, singing for the East Indian Arrival Day celebration was, for many of you, was your first time singing on stage. And for months and months, actually, Mr. Jerry Singh, well, he provided his basement, his space of his basement, so that the singers could rehearse. They can be all set and ready to go come on the day of the East Indian Arrival Day celebration. So we're going to honor his memory, his legacy as well. All right, so now here's what we're going to be doing. We do know that we're kind of behind on time. I'm going to ask all the singers, most of you, you've been told that you will be making singing a song or basically making a speech. So we're going to let you know that the singers, we've allocated 4 minutes to the singers. So I know that some of you might want to share a memory. Please use your time at your own discretion. If you want to speak or if you want, you're going to sing, all together, your time is 4 minutes. The singers, I think the dancers are about 3 minutes, and then the speeches, we're asking you to actually keep within the 3-minute time frame. So as we begin with today's program, I would like for all of you to please give a big, big round of applause for our first singer, none other than Mr. Muhammad Jabbar, who actually won second place at the East Indian Arrival Day celebration, Male Singing Competition 2019. He'll be doing the first song. Another big round of applause as he makes his way through.
Thank you, brother. Good evening, everyone. It's so nice that we all could make it to be here this evening. So together we can sit in memory of our dear sister who passed away, Sita. We hope and pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bless her, keep her happy, give her a place to rest so that her soul could rest in peace. And at this time, I would like to do this beautiful song. लग जा गले के फिर ये हंसी रात हो न हो शायद फिर से जन्म में मुलाकात हो न हो लग जा गले के फिर ये हंसी रात हो न हो शायद फिर से जन्म में मुलाकात हो न हो लग जा गले है हमको मिली है आज ये घड़िया नसीब से हमको मिली है आज ये घड़िया नसीब से जी भर के देख लीजिए हमको करीब से फिर आपके नसीब में ये बात हो न हो शायद फिर से जन्म में मुलाकात हो न हो लग जा गले है पास आइए कि हम नहीं आएंगे बार बार पास आइए कि हम नहीं आएंगे बार बार बाहें गले में डाल के रोएंगे जार जार, आंखों से फिर ये प्यार का बरसात हो न हो, शायद फिर इसी जन्म में मुलाकात हो न हो, लग जा गले के फिर ये हंसी रात हो न हो, शायद फिर इसी जन्म में मुलाकात हो न हो, लग जा गले हे हे। Good office.
Thank you very much, brother. And at this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard my name before. My name is Sunita Sukram. I serve this community as a priestess, as a pandita, as some of you may know. And I do go around in all organizations where it's necessary to help. At this point in time, we'd like to welcome the second person of this program, who is no other than Miss Vanessa Matura. She actually was one of the winners of one of the singing competition for this federation, and she's also the secretary of the ICF. Ladies and gentlemen, this lady has been doing a great job since she took office 5 years ago with this, by Ralph and others. Please put your hands together and give us a big round of applause for our Vanessa. Over to you, Vanessa.
दिल तो है दिल, दिल का अतीबा क्या कीजिए। दिल तो है दिल, दिल का अतीबा क्या कीजिए। आ गया जो किसी पे प्यार क्या कीजिए। आ गया जो किसी पे प्यार क्या कीजिए। दिल तो है दिल, दिल का अतीबा क्या कीजिए। यारों में नैने प्योई, रातों में मैं ना सोई। हालत ये मेरे मन की जाने न जाने कोई। बरसों ही तरसे आके जागी ही प्यासी रातें। आई आते आते हाथों पे दिल की बातें। प्यार में तेरे दिल का मेरे कुछ भी हो अनजान। बेकरारे नहीं करा क्या कीजिए। आ गया जो किसी पे प्यार क्या कीजिए। आ गया जो किसी पे प्यार क्या कीजिए। चाहे ने मन पे मेरे Thank you.
Once again, another big round of applause for our very own Lata Ji and also Asha Bosley, Vanessa Matura, who's also a part of the Indo-Caribbean Federation. We have a lot of great people, actually, that's a part of this organization making this possible. And of course, the Federation has been in existence for over 30 years, doing so many of the great humanitarian efforts. And so we want to let you know, those of you who's here today. Now, although actually this is actually a free event, but we have a number of actually great events coming up and so many great humanitarian projects, actually, as you heard from the president. If you want to learn how you can basically donate to some of our upcoming projects, do be sure to get in contact with one of us if you like what we're doing. And so we'll be more than happy to have your participation and also your support along the way. We just want to let you know before we do bring on the next artist, we're going to humbly ask you, and also from our broadcasters, actually, Mr. Pagu, we're going to ask if you can please try to refrain from walking up and down this aisle. So all the artists, actually, and everyone, as you see the photographer, he's coming down this aisle. This is the aisle to enter. This is the aisle to exit. So kindly, please do make a note of that, all right? So without further ado, we shall now, at this point in time, welcome another individual who's been supporting this federation for a number of years. He's been singing ever since Guyana. He can sing qasidas and qawwalis and so forth. And I believe he's probably one of the only ones who has a mic of Muhammad Rafi as well. So, he has the Muhammad Rafi microphone, so I think that he can also sing like Muhammad Rafi. Please, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for none other than Mr. Muhammad Salim. Please give him a big, big round of applause.
तुझसे नाराज नहीं जिंदगी हैरान हूँ मैं ओ हैरान हूँ मैं तेरे मासूम सवालों से परेशान हूँ मैं ओ परेशान हूँ तुझसे नाराज नहीं जिंदगी हैरान हूँ मैं ओ हैरान हूँ मैं जीने के लिए सोचा ही नहीं दर्द संभालने होंगे जीने के लिए सोचा ही नहीं दर्द संभालने होंगे मुस्कुराने तो मुस्कुराने के अर्ज तुराने होंगे मुस्कुरा हो कभी तो लगता है जैसे होठों पे कर्ज रखता है तुझसे नाराज नहीं हैरान हूँ मैं ओ हैरान हूँ मैं आज यहाँ घर पर आई है बूंदे बरस जाएंगी आज यहाँ घर पर आई है बूंदे बरस जाएंगी कल क्या पता इनके लिए आके तरस जाएंगी जाने कब गुम हुआ कहाँ खोया एक का आंसू छुपाते रखता तुझसे नाराज नहीं, जिंदगी हैरान हूँ मैं, ओ हैरान हूँ मैं। तेरे मासूम सवालों से परेशान हूँ मैं, ओ परेशान हूँ मैं, ओ परेशान हूँ मैं, परेशान। Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Sound check, sound check.
Let's give him another round of applause because I know that's most of your favorite song. Isn't that so? When that song came out, it was a great hit. Thank you very much for giving us the honor of listening to you once again. Brothers and sisters, I have the 1, 2. Introducing to you an individual, and most of the individuals who will be coming up here has had the opportunity to grow in this federation. Mr. Anoop Danpat is an individual who has been around for a while. He has been very close to our belated Sita Pandey, and he is one of the founding members of the Sansar Sangeet Orchestra. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together so that we can welcome this gentleman, Mr. Anoop Danpat, who will be our first speaker for today.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, today it is with a sad heart that I pay tribute to 3 wonderful people. Mr. Lal Balup used to be the master of ceremony for the Sansar Sangeet Orchestra, and on many occasions, the Indo-Caribbean Federation programs. He passed on like 2 years ago on stage during a program, a cultural program. Secondly, every singer who here and who not here for the past 20 years will remember Kelvin St. Jerry. Jerry always committed himself to contributing towards culture, and as the president rightly mentioned, he would give the basement to us, to the artists, so we can rehearse Monday, Tuesday, throughout the week, every day that week for the contest. Mr. Jerry Singh, we remember you. You're a wonderful person. May God bless her soul. His daughter is here with us, her husband, Rosina, her handsome husband and friends. She'll be coming up later. Sita Pandey. Over 20 years ago, she has been very active with the Sansar Sangeet Orchestra, and we have played music for over 20 years with the Federation, and she has been there singing and judging the program. So today, I would like to remember Sita Pandey as someone who has a lot of fun in her music. She has contributed her talent to various manders and charitable organizations, and is someone in the music world that we will always remember. Her music will be keeping a legend on the radio, the DJs, they will always be playing her music. So on behalf of the president, the executive of the Indo-Caribbean Federation, on behalf of all you wonderful artists, singers and musicians, and on behalf of everyone here, Sita Pandey, may your soul be blessed. We remember you as one of the icons in the music world. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Anoopji. And I would have to say that I think actually, as Anoop mentioned, and many other people have mentioned, 20 years, 30 years actually of the legacy of Sita Pandey, and I think that it can probably go a little bit more than that. I mean, because she was a trailblazer in various ways. She was actually a name unequivocally that people regarded to be one of the greatest singers produced out of Guyana, and she set the standard for many other singers to come. And then also Mr. Lal Balrup, who I also had the honor of emceeing with, Mr. Jerry Singh. So for all these great individuals mentioned by Anoop, they all hold a very special place in my heart. Coming up right about now, as we are going to continue our tribute and our honor, actually, of Sita Pandey, we are going to continue with another member of the Indo-Caribbean Federation, who serves as the treasurer, I believe, and he will come forward and make his remarks and pay doting tribute to her. Please help me welcome none other than Dr. Vijay Lilia of Queen's Advocacy Resources, I believe, yes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure for me to be here this afternoon in paying tribute to a dear sister, a dear friend, who had served the society with all dignity from the land of Guyana, United States, India, Netherlands. Her name, Sita Pandey. She has been described as the nightingale. She's been described with wonderful voice, melodious voice. And in my personal observation to her, I'm a friend of her. Sita, we will miss you. And on a personal note, not only being the executive of the Indo-Caribbean Federation, I am also the director of the Queen's Resource and Advocacy Center, a community-based organization which we provide entitlement services for the aged, blind, disabled. And I was privileged some years ago when we had celebrated our 20th anniversary with the help of my good friend and brother here, Sansan. Sita's voice echoed through the hundreds of people that was there. Kajal, today you will be hearing, as I said, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. Mom reflects and have this good gathering here and all in supporting to yourself and the legacy of your mother. You will hear again stories, anecdotes of Sita. I remember the time under the Intercommittee Civic Organization, in which we do have senior lunch on for the past 18 years. When call upon Sita, she's always here. She'll be missed. Rest in peace, Sita. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. G. And at this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you an individual who I've known for about 32 years way back in Guyana. He has acted many roles and played many roles in different people's lives. Pandit Jiwan Chowte, so-called in New York City, that time in Guyana was one of the greatest singers of all times in Georgetown, known by many. He helped many organizations in Guyana. He came over here and started to be with the Indo-Caribbean Federation for quite some time. He's a music teacher here in New York City as well, and he also serves the community in different ways. He won the Mukesh competition in Guyana in 1986. I have great honor in asking my friend Pandit Ji of New York City, Pandit Jiwan Chowte. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a big round of applause. He's a very important person in this community.
Thank you very much. Correction, Rafi. Rafi is not Mukesh. Mukesh third, Rafi first. Thank you very much. I am very, very happy and privileged to be here. Thanks to Dr. Vijay Lilia and, of course, Bhaiji Tamesh. I am honored to be a part of this program, and I know it's a great loss for our community. Wanted to know what song to sing for her in this on this occasion, so I've selected Raz, the movie Raz, made in 1967. I am lonesome. Come over, wherever you are. Where should I call you out? Where are you? I am looking for you. The heart is looking for me. Now there is no distinction, nor is there any path. The state of isolation, and to top it, your grief, neither are we living or are we dying. Tell us what we should be doing. Akele hain, chale jao. Thank you. अकेले हैं चले आओ जहाँ हो अकेले हैं चले आओ जहाँ हो कहाँ आवाज़ दे तुम तो कहाँ हो अकेले हैं चले आओ जहाँ हो तुम्हें हम ढूंढते हैं हमें दिल ढूंढता है तुम्हें हम ढूंढते हैं हमें दिल ढूंढता है न अब मंजिल है कोई न कोई रास्ता है अकेले हैं चले आओ जहाँ हो कहाँ आवाज़ दे तुम तो कहाँ हो अकेले हैं ये तन्हाई का आलम और उस पर आपका गम ये तन्हाई का आलम और इस पर आपका गम न जीते हैं न मरते बताओ क्या करें हम अकेले हैं चले आओ जहाँ हो कहाँ आवाज़ दे तुमको कहाँ हो अकेले हैं चले आओ जहाँ हो मेरी आँखों में आंसू मेरे लब पे है आहें मेरी आँखों में आंसू मेरे लब पे आहें तुम्हें ही ढूंढती है मेरी वीरान निगाहें अकेले हैं चले आओ जहाँ हो कहाँ आवाज़ दे तुमको कहाँ हो अकेले हैं चले आओ जहां हो. Thank you very much. Thank you.
अनिल चौहान कराओके कराओके जग
Thank you very much, Panditji, for that beautiful rendition. And ladies and gentlemen, I would just like to remind you that many have asked before, how much was the charge for this show? And Bhairav did not set any price for this show. It's a free event coordinated with the host of this building. However, for the events that will be going on throughout the year with the ICF, if you would, and if you're in a position to give a small donation to the ICF, then you're more than welcome to do that. Our next item on the program is another singer, another talented singer who has been a part of the ICF singing competition in 2012. She also hosts her own show on Facebook, Pyar Ki Baat, and on a radio station, a radio show as well. She is a singer who sings for a lot of charity events. She has made her name for the past 20 years in this community. It is my honor this evening to introduce to you the one and only, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Miss Mala Ramdhani.
Thank you so much. I'm very humbled to be here today. You know, this is an honor for me and a privilege. So I'm so happy to be here at the same time, and I'm very sad because I miss Sita so much. So I hope that I do justice to the song, dedicating it to her memory.
अशकों से भीगी चांदनी में एक सदा सी सुनोगे चलते चलते वहीं पे कहीं हम तुमसे मिलेंगे बन के कली बन के सबा बागी वफा में रही न रही हम महका करेंगे बन के कली बन के सबा बागी वफा में रही न रही हम. Thank you so much. Sita, wherever you are, this one was for you. Thank you. Thank you, Kajal.
And a special thank you to Mala Ramdani. A big, big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who know her, she's a singer. She has also, I mean, she's trained, classically trained as well in dance, Kathak as well, many, you know, and I'm sure she can still do that even to this day. And a TV personality, well, I mean, a broadcaster actually with Pyar Ki Baat on social media, so please do follow her. Lovely song indeed, Rahe Na Rahe Hum. Even if I am not here, even if I'm not present in the physical form, yet my grace, everything about me shall continue to live on. And I think that that's a most appropriate song for this afternoon as we celebrate the life and legacy of the Nightingale. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask actually just a quick reminder once again, you know, as you can see that we have several cameras designated in this area, so kindly please refrain from traveling up and down this aisle. We do know that we have a lot of our, you know, our citizen journalism, actually people who are live. So please, you know, you can go live on social media. Kindly do use this aisle if you do need to go up and down the stage. And right about now, we are going to, before we do change it up, make a change in the program, we're going to welcome another very special performer who sang with the Federation many years ago, and I believe she took in the female singing competition. She won one of the major titles, and so she's here to grace this event and also pay a doting tribute to Sita Pandey. Please, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome none other than the very talented, the very, very melodious Meena Prasad. Big, big round of applause for Meena Prasad as she makes her way down, as she's going to be coming down as well. You can keep your applauses going, although this is a great celebration of two great lives as well who contributed significantly to our community. Shortly right after, we're going to be having some other wonderful performers so that we have great variety in the program here today. Without further ado, Meena Prasad, thank you so much. So kindly, please actually do cater. Please bear with us. These are the things we do tend to cater for. In a few moments, we will be listening to some great, wonderful individuals as they reflect upon the life and the legacy of Sita Pandey. For those of you actually who didn't really know much about her, you probably might have seen her at some of these events. You might have heard her song, but her journey is one that's a very special and a unique journey. So tonight is a very special night that we will learn a lot of her great history and also all her contributions towards several humanitarian causes. One of the things I would have to say about Sita is that she never considered any event or organization insignificant. She treated everyone equally and, of course, with a great amount of respect. So it's most fitting that we do this event tonight for her. And without further ado, we have a very special performance taking us back in time. Once again, a big round of applause for Meena Prasad. Big, big round of applause.
जागले कि फिर ये ऐसी रात हो न हो, ये शायद फिर से जन्म में मुलाकात हो न हो, लगे जागले कि फिर ये ऐसी रात हो न हो, ये शायद फिर से जन्म में मुलाकात हो न हो, लगे जागले हमको मिले आज ये गिरिया नसीब से, हमको मिले आज ये गिरिया नसीब से, जी भर की देख लीजिए हमको करीब से, फिर आपके नसीब में ये बात हो न हो, शायद फिर से जन्म में मुलाकात हो न हो, लगे जागले पास आए हैं हम नहीं आएंगे बार बार, पास आए हम नहीं आएंगे बार बार, बाहें गले में डाल के हमें रोले सार सार, आँखों में फिर ये प्यार के मेरे साथ हो न हो, शायद फिर से जन्म में मुलाकात हो न हो, लगे जागले कि फिर ये ऐसी रात हो न हो, शायद फिर से जन्म में मुलाकात हो न हो, लगे जागले
I just want to give thanks to everyone here in this federation, and I want to say I was so disturbed when I heard the news about Sita Pandey. She's a friend and was like a sister to me a long time ago, and met her, and she was a very caring person. And today I just want to say, we lost a good soul, and a tribute to her. And that song is dedicated to her. And thank you for being here once again. Namaste.
Thank you once again. Another big round of applause to Miss Meena Prasad. And at this point in time, actually, that was indeed a very lovely song. Of course, Lagja Gale Kefirye Rad Honaho, actually, in which this poet is saying, embrace me for this very special moment. Who knows when it'll come again? And it goes to show that, you know, Sita Pandey is one of the many people, the hundreds and thousands of people that we've lost over the last 2 years. So everyone here in this room, I mean, for all of the wonderful people that you have in your lives today, cherish them. Cherish them and cherish every moment spent with them. For who knows, I mean, as we are living in the age of the uncertainty. At this point in time, and that was a very lovely song from the movie, I believe it's Wokanti, actually, Sadhana and Manoj Kumar. Wonderfully done indeed. At this point in time, we're now going to present to you one of our performers who, when I joined the Federation about 8 years ago, at that time she was crowned the Queen of the Indo-Caribbean Federation and served for 2 years. Please, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and help me welcome Miss ICF 2013, none other than Shivana Subir. Big, big round of applause. At this point in time, if I can please actually request President Tamesh actually to make the special presentation while we do actually sort out what the technical difficulties. President Tamesh, kindly come forward. And we're going to also, as mentioned, that today we are going to be paying a tribute to a number of individuals in addition to Sita Pandey. So I'm going to now have the President make this special presentation at this point in time. Big round of applause for Mr. President.
Thank you, Imran. This time, ladies and gentlemen, as Imran earlier said about Kelvin Singh, we all know him as Jerry. As you guys know, Jerry was the leader at one point at the Sansar Sangeeta Orchestra, and the maestro himself, Anup, is here also. In the past 17 years or so prior to the Smoky Park event, which we have the Indian Arrival Day celebration, Jerry always rendered his service at his basement for the rehearsal. And him and Anup have done tremendous job with some of these artists that I've listened to and performed at Smoky Park. They have spent so much time, so much dedication, and also the patience. I don't think I have those kind of patience that you guys have. And because of you guys, many of these artists came out of the ICF and went on to bigger things. So this afternoon, I know Rose also, who's not here, she's in Trinidad at this point. Not only are you guys hosted us, but also you feed the artists also. And for a number of years, I do appreciate that. And on behalf of the Indo-Caribbean Federation, we appreciate all the efforts you have done for the past 17 years in the Indo-Caribbean Federation. Thank you, Anup, and thanks to Kevin, Jerry. At this point, I'd like to call Rosina Musadin, our daughter, to come up for a few minutes. We have a small presentation here because Jerry had died, and it was so sudden we could not have done anything. But his daughter is here. I know she says she doesn't want to say anything, but which is fine. So we just want to give you, on behalf of the Indo-Caribbean Federation, Imran, are we ready for Shivana or no? Okay. Yeah, once again, we're going to have our next artist who's been with the Indo-Caribbean Federation since 2013. She's actually with Miss ICF. And not only has she been part of the ICF, I think she's an attorney. Are you? Not yet? Okay, good. I know she's studying law. So with that said, we are ready.
So there's a saying that the best things in life are worth waiting for, so I think this one's definitely going to be worth the wait. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, for the second time around, sometimes they say three's a charm, but I think the second time is a charm, actually. So please put your hands together. Help me welcome Miss ICF 2013 to 2015, Shivana Sabir. Big, big round of applause.
बंगले के पीछे तेरी बेरी के नीचे हरे पिया हरे 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 पिया कांटा लगा हाय लगा आजा राजा बंगले के पीछे तेरी बेरी के नीचे हरे पिया हरे 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 पिया कांटा लगा हाय लगा राजा बंगले के पीछे तेरी बेरी के नीचे हाय रे पिया आप चाहे मुझको आरज़ू है किसको ऐसे तो जवां ऐसे तो हंसी भी नहीं आपसे पड़े हैं कई राहों में आपसे पड़े हैं कई राहों में हाय रे गुरूर आपका सूझे मुझे भी दिल लगी मैं जो एक दिन तुम्हारी बेतुकी अदा पे हंस पड़ी तुम समझे मैं मरती हूँ तुमसे तुम समझे मैं मरती हूँ तुमसे आपकी समझ को क्या कहूँगी डाका डाले ओ डाका डाले दीन बिहारी अमृतिया पे हो सावरिया रे हो सावरिया रे डाका डाले ओ डाका डाले दीन बिहारी अमृतिया पे हो सावरिया रे हो सावरिया रे मोहे लगी रे लगी जुल्मी उमरिया सवरिया हाय हाय सवरिया में गिर जाऊं सवरिया में गिर जाऊं मोहे रोको रे रोको हो गई बावरिया सवरिया हुई सवरिया में गिर जाऊं सवरिया में गिर जाऊं मेरी जवानी तेरी दीवानी पास आरतिया हटर काहेगा हटर काहेगा हटर काहेगा
Another big round of applause for this ICF 2013 to 2015. And so, correction, actually not an attorney as of yet, but a confidential investigator. So I don't know who she's going to be investigating, and she's going to do so. She's going to do so confidentially, actually. So, but at this point in time, I'm going to ask Miss ICF, because that year in which she won the crown, that was also a special year for me. That was my first time being at the East Indian Arrival Day celebration, and also my first interaction, one of my first interactions with Sita Pandey, and I'm sure that over the years you've also had several as well. So if you would like to say a few words, I mean, on behalf of a request from the President about being here today and anything of that sort, kindly please come forward.
Hi everyone, thank you all for being here. Just want to say rest in peace to Sita Pandey. She's been here, a part of ICF for so many years, and for the endless, sorry, I'm so out of breath, for all of the support throughout the years to ICF. I see a lot of familiar faces, and it's so great to see everyone after so long, and I guess that's about it. I don't know.
Wonderfully said indeed. All right, so coming up right about now, we are going to now take our next item. Actually, it's going to be a song, from the Sansara Sangeet Orchestra, who, like Mr. Danpat and several members of the Sansara Sangeet Orchestra, has shared a very special relationship with both individuals who we are honoring here today, Jerry Singh and also Sita Pandey. I'm sure, I mean, you know, whether it's through acquaintances or whether it's sharing the stage, actually, with either individual. So at this point in time, he's going to basically serenade us with a classic Kishore Kumar song, taking us back in time to the 1970s. Please put your hands together for none other than the very talented and, of course, melodious Mr. Budhan Sukhdev. Please give him a big round of applause. Also, once again, a very special thank you to those of you who are sharing the live feed, and of course to those of you that's actually viewing the program via social media. Thank you for joining with us. One click away, one share, all that, that's all what it takes to basically pay a tribute to the Nightingale. Without further ado.
दिल ऐसा किसी ने मेरा ठोरा बर्बादी की तरफ ऐसा मोरा दिल ऐसा किसी ने मेरा ठोरा बर्बादी की तरफ ऐसा मोरा एक भले मानुष को हमानुष बना के छोड़ा दिल ऐसा किसी ने मेरा ठोरा बर्बादी की तरफ ऐसा मोरा
Testing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
बर्बादी की तरफ ऐसा मोरा दिल ऐसा किसी ने मेरा थोड़ा बर्बादी की तरफ ऐसा मोरा एक भले मनुष्य को हम मानुष बना के छोड़ा दिल ऐसा किसी ने मेरा तोड़ा बर्बादी की तरफ ऐसा मोरा सागर कितना मेरे पास है मेरे जीवन में फिर भी प्यास है सागर कितना मेरे पास है मेरे जीवन में फिर भी प्यास है मैं प्यास भर जीवन थोड़ा हम मानुष बना के छोड़ा दिल ऐसा किसी ने मेरा तोड़ा बर्बादी की तरफ ऐसा मोरा कहते हैं ये दुनिया के रास्ते कोई मंजिल नहीं तेरे वास्ते कहते हैं ये दुनिया के रास्ते कोई मंजिल नहीं तेरे वास्ते नाकामियों से नाता मेरा छोरा हम मानुष बना के छोरा दिल ऐसा किसी ने मेरा छोरा बर्बादी की तरफ ऐसा मोरा सूरज फिर से निकले रहता नहीं है अंधेरा मेरा सूरज ऐसा रूठा देखा न मैंने सवेरा उजालों में साथ मेरा छोरा हम मानुष बना के छोरा दिल ऐसा किसी ने मेरा छोरा बर्बादी की तरफ ऐसा मोरा एक भले मनुष्य को हम मानुष बना के छोरा दिल ऐसा किसी ने मेरा छोड़ा बर्बादी की तरफ ऐसा मोड़ा दिल ऐसा किसी ने मेरा छोड़ा बर्बादी की तरफ ऐसा मोड़ा बर्बादी की तरफ ऐसा मोड़ा Excuse excuse me, it's the first time I did karaoke.
Well, you did an excellent job. Brothers and sisters, please give him a big round of applause. It's not easy to come here and take a mic and sing for the first time what he did. Thank you very much. At this point in time, we would like to call on a very famous person in the community who has been a recording artist for the Gemini Band. I have great pleasure in bringing forward the one and only Mr. Rashid Bakas, who has been singing in the community for quite a while. Over to you, Baji.
I just want to say that it was an honor to meet Sita Pandey, and I happened to tour with her a little bit, and we had such a good time singing together. I know she's listening to us tonight, and this is what she always wanted to do. So I will do a song for her then. I had to use Freddie's phone, you know. कोई समझा नहीं, कोई जाना नहीं। जिंदगी का सफर है ये कैसा सफर, कोई समझा नहीं, कोई जाना नहीं। है ये कैसी ढगर, चलते हैं सब मगर, कोई समझा नहीं, कोई जाना नहीं। जिंदगी को बहुत प्यार हमने दिया, मौत से भी मोहब्बत निभाएंगे हम। रोते रोते ज़माने में आए मगर, हंसते हंसते ज़माने से जागे हम। जाएंगी पड़ किधर है किसी कब्र, कोई समझा नहीं, कोई जाना नहीं। ऐसे जीवन भी है जो दिए ही नहीं।
गए चार गए कोई समझा नहीं कोई जाना नहीं जिंदगी का सफर है ये कैसा सफर कोई समझा नहीं कोई जाना नहीं Thank you.
Come on, folks. I think you need a bigger round of applause for that. It's not an easy job to stand here and hold a microphone in so big of an audience. Thank you very much, Rashid. And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor in introducing to you second place winner in the singing competition of the ICF in one of the years. We don't have the year of it. He also sings in the community, and he has a passion for singing. That's when he entered the ICF competition 5 years ago. He's no other than Mr. Ramdas Nibir. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for this gentleman who has a passion for this singing. Let's hear what he has to present to us. Over to you.
Hello, Sitaram, everyone. My sympathy goes out to the family of Sita Pandey and the members of the Indo-Caribbean Federation. Thank you so much for inviting me. जाए बाहर बड़ी मस्तानी है मेरी महबूबा मेरी जिंदगानी है मेरी महबूबा आने से उसी के आए बाहर जाने से उसी के जाए बाहर मेरी मस्तानी है मेरी महबूबा मेरी जिंदगानी है मेरी महबूबा जैसी बजती हो घुंघरू कहीं पे आके पर्वतों से जैसी गिरता हो झरना जमीन पे झरनों की मौज है वो मौजों की रवानी है मेरी महबूबा मेरी जिंदगानी
तो कौन है वो रुतु ये ज़वानी है मेरी महबूबा मेरी जिंदगानी है मेरी महबूबा महबूबा मेरी मस्तानी है मेरी महबूबा Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I hope you enjoy it.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, another big round of applause for Mr. Ramdas Eber. And of course, we're very thankful to him, and of course, to all the performers that have sang here this evening. So at this point in time, we're going to change it up, as we are going to now present to you. Earlier, we witnessed the dance of Miss ICF 2013 to 2015, and then, well, right about now, we're going to basically have a special performance with our reigning, defending, and current Miss ICF since 2019 until 2022. Please put your hands together for the individual regarded as a dancing princess, none other than the ICF queen, Hema Singh. A big round of applause for her.
चलते 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 यूं ही कोई मिल गया था यूं ही कोई मिल गया था सरे राह चलते चलते सरे राह चलते चलते वही थम के रह गई है वही थम के रह गई मेरी रात ढलते ढलते मेरी रात ढलते ढलते यूं ही कोई मिल गया था सरे राह चलते 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 सरे राह चलते 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 साथी तेरा प्यार पूजा है तेरे सिवा कौन मेरा दूजा है यार
ओ साथी हो मितवा हो साथी तेरा प्यार पूजा है तेरे सिवा कौन मेरा दूजा है यार ओ इतने दिनों के बाद ये सूरत देखी है
एक भगवान की टूटी मूरत देखी है पूजा के ये फूल न बिखरे
प्यार की माला टूटे ना साथी तेरा प्यार पूजा है तेरे सिवा कौन मेरा दूजा है यार
मैं क्या करूं अब की बार होगा के पिया 15 पे एक नयो साल हो लगा मुही अब की बार होगा के पिया 15 पे एक नयो साल दुनिया पुकारे 16 बरस की देखो चली रे कटार होगा के पिया सुन सुन के रंग भयो लाल हो लगा मुही अब की बार होगा के पिया 15 पे एक नयो साल
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, another big round of applause for our reigning, defending, current ICF queen, Emma Singh. Another big round of applause. We can do better than that. Another big round of applause. All right, so as we proceed forward, tonight, as all of you know, this night is basically to celebrate the legacy of Sita Pandey. Many people, those who have come before, actually on the stage, they've spoken about her. And there are many others that will, basically share their memories. But to basically enlighten you a little bit more, and so that you can have a better understanding of the prodigious journey that she had in the field of music, we're going to ask at this point in time, we're going to basically we're going to have her daughter, actually say a few words. But before that, a special tribute to the Nightingale of Guyana and the Caribbean, Sita Pandey. If we can get that video. Okay, while we're getting that ready to go, we'll have her daughter actually come forward. So Kajal, can you please kindly, one second, I think, is it ready to, is it ready? Okay, so at this point in time, we're going to ask her daughter Kajal to kind of come forward, give her remarks, and then we'll try to see if we can get that video ready to go shortly, right after she gives her speech. So please, ladies and gentlemen, the daughter of Sita Pandey, big round of applause.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I am beyond overwhelmed. It's hard for me. I didn't even write anything because I honestly have been thinking of what I would say, and I'm just gonna go off the top of my head. I also have her bio that was supposed to be read today, and they asked if I can do it, so I'll start with that. Sita Puran Pandey, the eldest daughter of Jaina Ryan and Jasodhra Jaini Puran, was born in New Amsterdam, Guyana, and grew up in Williamsburg to become one of the most prominent female singers of the Caribbean and West Indian show business industry. Labeled as Guyana's Nightingale, she is known for displaying her melodic versions of the magical voices of Lata Mangeshkar, Alka Yagnik, Shreya Ghoshal, and many more. She has been singing since the tender age of 9 in the Hampshire Mandir and launched her music career with the famous Dil Bahar Orchestra alongside her brother, Lekram Narayan Puran. From this point, she was only going forward. There was no turning back. Her gifted voice has won her various awards in Guyana and America, as well as recognition within her community. Even though she moved from New York City and went down south to North Carolina and Georgia in the late 90s, she was always called on to lend her warmth and talent to many religious organizations around the world. And she always tried her best to attend and never failed to leave glimmers of the tears in the eyes of families on Mother's Day and other holidays. We will now miss her singing to us and relating to us when those holidays arrive. She sang everywhere she was loved and always represented Guyana as well as Berbice. Sita Pandey was a down-to-earth woman who was friendly and kind to others. She traveled the world with her family and friends and loved to dance and laugh. There was always a smile on her beautiful face that always gave the others confidence to smile with her and feel her happiness. She has performed in thousands of events in North and South America, as well as England, India, St. Martin, and Holland. Sita Ji has recorded cassettes, vinyl, CD productions, as well as moved into the modern world of YouTube and the internet. She undoubtedly has one of the most unrecognizable voices in the West Indies. As people loved her hit songs like Jume Jume, Satyam Shivam Sundaram, or her Diwali specials with Mahabir Records, such as Jehi Mahalakshmi Ma. Her first hit, O Meri Sona, was produced on vinyl by JTS Productions alongside Anup Dhanpat, Dharmendra and Rick Ramdial, and the late and great guitarist Brian Chaitu. She also produced her own music with her brother Lekram Puran in an album called Prem Geet. She made many notable albums that we will always remember with love and admiration, such as Deepak Anand, Legend of an Idol, El Dorado, Shabdanjali, and the one dedicated to her late husband, Pandit Chuk Pandey of the Hampshire Mandir in Berbice, and named it after their two daughters, Meera or Pooja. I'm also Pooja. Sita left behind her sister Kumari and her 5 brothers, Harry, Baldat, Lekram, Alex, and Jerry Puran, and her 4 children, Gaj, Utra, Meera, and Kajal. She passed away in New York City on February 21st, 2021, 2/21/21, in the arms of her daughter Kajal, and with the whole world by her side, in love and support. We will truly miss her grace and soothing voice. Let us all remember, moonlight drowns out all but the brightest stars, and Sita Pandey is a legend and a star whom the world will never forget. Thank you so much. I just want to say I appreciate everyone from the Indo-Caribbean Federation, especially my wonderful Uncle Anup, Uncle Ralph Tamesh, Uncle Sun, and everyone else that was involved in today's event. I really do appreciate it, and from the bottom of my heart, and my family from Canada and Florida and Guyana, we really, really, truly appreciate you and love you all. Thank you so much, and I love all of the artists and beautiful dancers here today. Everything has been nothing but a dream. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kajal. You know, ladies and gentlemen, it takes a lot when you lost a loved one to come up here and speak so much about that person. Give her a big round of applause. Thank you very much. At this time, I would like to introduce to you a very humble and simple personality who's been around the community for a while. He has the voice of Mukesh by so many who owned that for him. And he sings for a lot of charity shows. Anywhere you go, this person goes around singing for charity events, and so many more he does for the community. These people come out here, put their heart and soul into these charity events. Like this event today, we would like to introduce to you the one and only Mr. Freddie Ramkaran. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mr. Freddie Ramkaran.
Thank you. This song is dedicated to our sweet sister in heaven, Sita Pandey. God bless her soul. This song for her. जाने चले जाते हैं कहाँ, दुनिया से जाने वाले जाने चले जाते हैं कहाँ, दुनिया से जाने वाले जाने चले जाते हैं कहाँ, कैसे तूने खोई उनको नहीं कदमों के भी निशान, दुनिया से जाने वाले जाने चले जाते हैं कहाँ।
जाके फिर ना ने वाले जाने चले जाते हैं कहाँ कैसे ढूंढे खोई उनको नहीं कदमों के भी निशान दुनिया से जाने वाले मेरे बिछड़े मेरे बिछड़े जीवन साथी साथी जैसे दीपक बाती मुझसे बिछड़ गए तुम ऐसे सावन के जाते ही जैसे उड़ के बादल काले काले जाने चले जाते हैं कहाँ दुनिया से जाने वाले जाने चले जाते हैं कहाँ जाने है वो जाने है वो कौन नगरिया आए जाए खत न खबरिया आए जब जब उनकी याद आए होठों के फरियाद जाके फिरना ने वाले जाने चले जाते हैं कहाँ दुनिया से जाने वाले जाने चले जाते हैं कहाँ कैसे तूने खोई उनको नहीं कदमों के भी निशान दुनिया से जाने वाले जाने चले जाते हैं कहाँ
Thank you, thank you, thank you very much.
Once again, another big round of applause for our very own Mukesh. So timing is everything, actually, because we were trying to get this video ready to go, and then when our very own Mukesh actually came on, the image is actually featured right there in the background. But the song most appropriate, Duniya Se Jane Wale, Jane Chali Jati Hai Kaha. Those who go from this world, who knows in what world or in what frame of mind and what state they'll be. But before we do actually bring on the next artist, we are going to basically get this video ready to go, as it was a special tribute to Sita Pandey. So without further ado. That was actually just a humble tribute, a humble token, paying homage to the Nightingale. As you can see, and I was fortunate to interview her in 2019, right before the pandemic. And when putting this video together, I just happened to think about some of the wonderful things that she said about representing the country of Guyana in a land in India, actually. And it's individuals like Sita Pandey and so many others that really put Guyana on the map and really let the South Asians know just how talented and how cultured people are from either Guyana or Trinidad. And we're very, very honored that today they recognize and they salute us for our contribution to culture. At this point in time, actually, I'm gonna now welcome the president, Mr. Ralph Tamasha, say a few words, then we'll continue with the program. We have a few more artists left to go, and then, of course, we'll continue. We have some more speakers as well, but we have, most of the program. We're more than halfway through the program. President Tamasha, if you can kindly come forward. Big round of applause for our president.
Thank you, Imran. Firstly, I want to thank Kajal, Imran, for putting together a beautiful video. By the way, the last song, that was my request, because I listened to the whole song in Forgotten Promise, and I asked Imran to change that. So thank you all very much, and I just want to say that Sita Pandey has served the Federation with pride and Smoky Park. So Kajal, thank you for coming, being part of us, and assisting putting together this program. We appreciate that.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Unequivocally, the legacy of Sita Pandey has definitely left an indelible mark in our lives. As actually Mina said earlier on, that for her, Sita Pandey was a sister. And for many of us, I mean, she could have been a sister, she could have been an honor, in some cases a mother, I mean, she had her children, but also she had many others that she adopted actually as her industry sons and daughters. I happen to be one of them. I'll basically do my contribution later on. But at this point in time, we're now going to turn it over to our singers. At this point in time, I'm going to now ask actually to come forward and make a contribution. Jasodra Takardine, please give her a big, big round of applause. Shortly right after that, we're going to have actually another Nightingale, Lalita Ramnath, to follow.
साल पहले
Once again, a very special thank you to Jasodra Takardeen. Actually, get big round of applause. That's what we call vintage Bollywood, back in the good old days of black and white with, I think, the movies Jab Pyar Kisi Se Hota Hai with Dave, the late Dave Anand. So right about now, we are going to transition. We have another Nightingale who's shared the stage with Sita Pandey on a number of occasions, and of course has performed locally, actually here in Queens and several other places as well. She'll be making her contribution in the form of a song, and then shortly right after, a few more honorees. Well, we will be honoring a few individuals as well. Coming up right about now to the stage to offer her song is none other than the very talented and melodious Lalita Ramnath. Please give her a big, big round of applause.
Hello, everyone. As Kajal said, it's nice to be here, but it hurts when you know what you're here for. I usually always sit waiting for Sita to come. And though there's so many people here, it still seems empty to me because my eyes keep on looking around. I always look when she's gonna come or she's gonna say when Adita is gonna come. We always late anyway. But I am gonna sing a song that I always ask Sita to sing for me. I never sang the song before, but I'm gonna try because I know she's not gonna do it anymore for me. So today I'll do it for her, and I know somewhere she's gonna be. If she's in here, she's gonna be smiling that. Look what a mess Lolita is making. But I know I can't do it like her, but I'll try. I hope I can able to.
किसने
And sis, that's for you. I hope you're not laughing at me someplace, you know. Because I always ask her to sing the song for me. She sings so beautifully. I don't want to mention that no one can replace her, but no one can replace anyone. And she will live forever. To me, this is unbelievable that I'm here because of this. But reality is reality. Thank you all.
Thank you once again, Lalita Ramnath, who sang that song. And coincidentally, I happened to request Sita Pandey, Sita G, to sing that song at one of her events several years ago. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but we're very happy. I think that while you were singing that, she was singing along with you. And she'll always continue to be singing with you. Sisters on stage and also Sisters for Life as well. Before we do proceed forward, I actually has mentioned that many of my fellow broadcasters, my fellow broadcasting partners are here with us. Akash Vani Media, Mr. Navin Pagu. We also do have Mr. Ken Ramprasad, Dr. Dan Paul Narayan, one of the longest running television programs serving the community for at least over 30 years? 33 years, actually commercial free. And also, in addition to Dr. Dan Paul, another individual who I don't know, I think he's a little bit younger than that, Mr. Roy Ramsren of RSR TV all the way at the back. We want to say thank you to you, sir, for joining with us. Thank you so much to all our media partners. At this point in time, we are now going to welcome a special individual who, at the last East Indian Arrival Day celebration, he took part in the male singing competition and won first place. Sita Pandey was the judge who conferred the title to him. Ever since then, he's been recording several songs and, of course, creating a platform for various artists. You can follow him on Facebook, the Firish Babu platform. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome none other than Farouk M. Please give him a big, big round of applause. Mr. Firish Babu, who actually gives a platform for everyone and promotes everyone. Thank you so much for joining with us. Shortly right after, we have another very special presentation, and then we shall be looking at the concluding phase of today's gathering.
This was the first song when I met Sita Pandey. I sing this song, and he said, "Ba, you can sing." I said, "Well, I'm trying." I always enjoy her company, because as everyone knows, I am funny and she is too. She is a very loving person and she taught me so much. The thing is that me and she supposed to record a song, Aapki Aajane Se, and we wanted to record a song, but it didn't happen.
प्रेमी हूँ पागल हूँ मैं पागल हूँ मैं रूप का आंचल हूँ मैं आंचल हूँ प्यार का बादल हूँ मैं पर्वतों से आज मैं टकरा गया पर्वतों से आज मैं टकरा गया तुमने दी आवाज में आ गया तुमने दी आवाज में आ गया
Sorry about that, guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, actually, as we get that sorted out, actually, and Mr. Farouk Mumtaz Ali, very, very humble person, so I'm going to ask you when he does come on for the second time, please do continue to show him your appreciation. At this point in time, President Tamesh will be making another presentation for someone while Mr. Firish Babu gets himself actually situated. Mr. President, kindly come forward.
Thank you, Imran. At this time, I'd like to call on someone who I've known since 1984. Actually, we worked together, and she's one of the Ghazal singers in New York City. She's no other than Naimoon Majid. So Naimoon, we were supposed to present Naimoon an award 2 years ago. I think it was last year, 2020, before the pandemic. She could not have made it at that point, so she decided to show up here today after pleading for her. I know she went through some difficult time recently, and we, asked her to make an appearance today, which she obliged. So, Naimoon, thank you very much for coming, and we do, in the Caribbean Federation, do appreciate your efforts to the Caribbean community, and we wish you all the best in the future. We want to thank you for your services to the Indo-Caribbean Federation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tamesh, my very good friend. I've known you such a long time. You're such a gentleman. We grew up together, actually. Since I know him, he was a young guy and I was a young girl, and we still hold that friendship. This is a gentleman, and I can tell everybody, Mr. Tamesh, I will always respect you. He always showed me so much respect, this brother here. Thank you very much. Of course, my beautiful friend, Sita Puran Pandey. We went to so many shows and crusade, a lot of places we went. She was such a wonderful, sweet person. Whenever I tell you, every day I pray, I raise my hand and make supplication for this girl. And I cried and begged the Almighty God, please, God, give her a resting place. And I like to do one little piece of my kind of prayer for her. And it goes like, be it wealth or be it strength, everything must go. Even this beautiful body, this beautiful self that we have, will devoured in the bowel of the earth. So we all must remember this. Brothers and sisters, thank you all very much to come out here. I hope you all can be here for me too when I leave this world. It goes like this. दुनिया से दिल लगा कर दुनिया से क्या मिलेगा यादें खुदा किए जा तुझको खुदा मिलेगा दुनिया से दिल लगा कर दुनिया से क्या मिलेगा यादें खुदा किए जा तुझको खुदा मिलेगा तकदीर को दिखाए चुपचाप देखता चल ईमान के सहारे नेकी का रास्ता चल इस रास्ते पे आकर हर रास्ता मिलेगा यादें खुदा किए जा तुझको खुदा मिलेगा I'm sorry, I'm a little bit nervous because I'm not too well. But thank you all very much for listening to me. Thank you, Mr. Tamesh. God bless every one of you. One day we all will face this, what our beloved sister Sita Pandey faced.
Thank you, Naimoon. quite a long friendship, and I will continue to do that. I'd like to call the ladies in the New Caribbean Federation to come up and make this presentation. Vanessa, Soda, Lily, Shira, Sunita. Lily, can you please? Lily's coming. Who's taking the picture? Oh, you got it? Okay. Come on, guys. Thank you, Naimud. Back to Imran.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, for that presentation. At this point in time, brothers and sisters, there is an individual who has been very close to the belated, Sita Pandey, a person in the community that is no stranger to any one of you. I have the honor in asking Mr. Mahabir from Mahabir Records to come forward and take the microphone. Mr. Mahabir from Mahabir Records. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause as he make his way up to here, to the front.
Sitaram, Namaste, Salam, good evening. Today is a sad day and a good day. We celebrate Sita Pandey, and the sad day she's not longer here. Sita Pandey is my Iraqi sister, and every year she would come and tie Iraqi on my hand. I did a recording with Sita Pandey. A lot of people play that as long as Hindu religion maybe exists among the West Indian. There's a volume 1, Lakshmi Bhajan. At Diwali time, the whole of Liberty would play that. And we all will miss her. She said something to me. Just before she died, I called her about a week ago, before she died. And she said she's okay. She'll call me the next day. But that day didn't come. And another thing is that she said about 6 months ago, before she died, that we will do a religious walk together. And that day didn't come. And also, I surprised that she passed away before me. I'm not well, and out of 5 of us producer together, when I start producing record, I'm the only one left now. My heart is working only 25%. And I said it when Mohan Jaikran died, that one day I will go to. And I'm happy I'm here today, because when she died, I didn't go to the funeral because I wasn't well. People with a heart problem and a diabetic, is easy to pick up the coronavirus. And I was warned by so many people not to go. But today I try my best not to miss here today. I am happy that I come. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mahavir. He has been very close to Sita Pandey, which I know that from a long time ago. As we sit here and we pay tribute to that departed soul, many of us sometimes wonder if this is going to happen to us. But remember, friends, that life is short. Always make sure you give a smile to anyone who smiled at you and make their day. With that being said, I'd like to take the opportunity in introducing a gentleman, a singer of the community, someone who has a passion for singing. Whenever it's called upon, wherever I go in many communities and many forums and many platforms in the community, I would always see him in and out and about and around, and always there ready to give a helping hand. Brothers and sisters, an individual who has served tremendously for the past 8 years in the ICF. Put your hands together for the one and only our brother, Sansa.
I'll do my words, and then I'll sing a song that she'll very, very love the song. That's what Kajal said. She never told me that. The one and only, the beautiful Sita Pandey, there will never be another like her. The mold that she came from cannot be replicated or copied. Our one and only singing angel on earth has left us. And went back to heaven. Her poise, her unique beauty, sweet and enchanting voice, very caring, loving, and compassionate. She was a light and a glow in the dark, the most admired and respected singer in Guyana and the West Indian community and abroad. She was a true icon, a legend, and a mentor to one and all. Her image will always be embedded in the heart of thousands who admire and love her. She was a lotus flower who always stand towards the sky all by herself. She was a pillar and post of the team, myself, Gopal, Randy, and Mr. Farouk. Myself and Gopal sang with her for over a decade, almost every week. As a junior artist, she always tried to motivate me. She always tried to bring the best out of me. May her soul find everlasting peace. She's gone from our sides, but not from our hearts. I always miss her, and I'll always cherish her great memories she has left us. God bless her soul, always, forever. Rest in peace. Love you always. The gods need her in heaven more than we need her over here. She was always an angel on earth and in heaven. She'd always be an angel over there. I'll do a song for her that she always liked. I don't know if she liked it or not. That was Kaja told me. Raise the music. All the way up, please. Raise the music all the way up. A little bit more. Okay, that's good. Right, that's good.
तेरे लगता है हर अपना हमको भी गाना लगता है हम पे यारों में कोई रहती है लोग हमें पागल दीवाना कहती है तेरे बिना तेरे बिना तेरे बिना नामुमकिन है जिंदगी का गुजारा सनम जिंदगी का गुजारा सनम नैनों से बहती आँखों ही तारों में हमने तुझको देखा जा सितारों में बिरहा की धीमी पल पल दबती है अब तो सांसें तेरी माला झूठी है तेरे लिए तेरे लिए तेरे लिए इस दुनिया का हर सितम है गवारा सनम हर सितम है और just sing it out, sing it out. Thank you guys very much. This is very emotional for me and most people in here. I just want to say, we sang together for over 12 years, over 10, over a decade, and we sang every week all over the place. And for a great partner like her, she's very caring to humble. No matter what you said to her, myself and Randy, Gopal and Farouk, no matter what we said to her, she always laughed and smiled at us, thinking that we always. Okay, guys, thank you guys very much. God bless each and every one of you for coming.
Thank you very much, Sansan. I've never seen you in that state. We all could understand what you're going through. Because when you're close to someone, it's really hard to stand out here and to make a presentation. Thank you very much. Brothers and sisters, on a quick note, I have someone very special to introduce to you. But before I introduce him, I would like to say that all of you folks sitting here, and those who could not have been here, we have all come with a book in our life. The front page and the back page has already been written. Whatever we put in between the pages is left upon you and I to fill those pages. And today, paying tribute to Sita, whatever she has put in her pages is what you're seeing here today. The people who were close to her, the folks who come here to attend the program, and for so many other reasons why you and I are sitting here at this event. Today, there is a special person who have touched the heart of Sita and who Sita has touched tremendously. Brothers and sisters, there's no words for me to describe this personality. Someone you've seen in the entire community, south, north, America, Guyana, and many other countries around the world he probably traveled to. I take this moment, and it's an honor for me to bring forth to you my brother, who I call my son, no other than the one and only Imran. Brothers and sisters, put your hands together for Imran.
Thank you very much, Sunita Ji. For a moment with that introduction, the crowd probably thought that the President of the United States probably landed. So many actually spoke before, and of course we do know that the program will continue. I'm actually timing myself. For those of you that's wondering whether or not I'm going to sing, I'm keeping a close eye on the time because I don't want to go too far, so I'm going to be timing myself. But those of you who know me and those who don't, nearly 13 years ago, I started my journey as a television and radio broadcaster, and it was the most humbling experiences. Dr. Dan Paul, Navinji, so many, even Mr. Roy Ramsrand can tell you, the most humbling feeling that you can ever get in the field of television is when a person calls and tells you how much they appreciate your work. And even better, when they consider you a brother or a friend, or in my case, actually a son, though I'm older than all three of these gentlemen, but many people have called me a son. But Doctor, you're still evergreen, don't worry. Amongst the many people that has called me a son, Sita Pandey was one of those. You know, I remember getting a phone call in around late May of 2011. It came from Mr. Anoop Danpat. He gave me my first opportunity to MC on stage. That was Mastana Bahar, New York Mastana. There was when I met Sita Pandey for the first time, and I told her what a fan I've been of her. And then my first interaction, another interaction with her happened to be when I first went to the East Indian Arrival Day celebration. Over the years, I had the honor of introducing her on the stage so many times that she appreciated my introduction, my work, so much so that, you know, I think it's fair to be a little bit open about this, so much so that 4 years ago, at an event where I was emceeing, a gentleman happened to be very hostile, all right? And, you know, it was a very hostile environment. And the MCs can tell you that sometimes we do the work, but little appreciation comes in. So Sita Pandey intervened. She said, "Don't mess with him. He's my son." And then that was a very special moment for me. I think that as the years went on, and as many of the events, when I knew that she was there, it was a sense of comfort. And one day I just happened to ask Kajal, well, why did she call me a son? So Kajal said that she saw in you someone who she would have raised on her own, you know, like her own son, that she would have raised, instilled with great values, and that was another great humbling moment. And so today, as we're honoring her legacy, you know, there's a saying, one of my favorite sayings by Gary Coleman, that everyone's got a special kind of story. Everyone has their time to shine. She had her story. She definitely had her time to shine. But if we continue telling her story, if we continue celebrating her legacy, then definitely, even in the hereafter, she'll continue to shine. In closing, actually, because I didn't want to be too long, I think I'm good on time there, okay. In closing, recently some young individuals happened to ask me, you know, is music a great career to go into? Is singing a career to go into? And I told them that there are many fine careers in the world. The world needs great singers, carpenters, engineers, so forth, especially doctors and lawyers. But what the world definitely needs is good people. And she was actually the model of a good person who was good, who was exceptional in her talent, but of course, good at heart at the same time. So today, as we honor her legacy, it's our prayer that may the Supreme Father, the creator of this universe, who graced all of us with the presence and the honor of being of actually having the affiliation with Sita Pandey, may he rest her soul in peace. With that, I'm now going to actually, that was my little presentation. And, you know, as Sun was speaking, I was also getting a little emotional in the background, thinking about the many years. There was a crowd like this, actually, when I first emceed. And it's a humbling honor to be here before all of you. Thank you so much. At this point in time, we're now going to call upon another very special individual to make his contribution in the form of a song. And a member of the Sansara Sangeet Orchestra, please, ladies and gentlemen, put your... Thank you. Yes, definitely. All right. So at this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have actually Mr. Nazir Subrati, who will be making his presentation in the form of a song. Please give him a big round of applause as he'll be singing Ye To Sach Hai Ki Bhagwan Hai.
Thank you very much, Emran. I love Emran so much. Emran, what can I say? It's a sad moment, and it's a moment that we cannot do anything about. Sita has gone, and I've known her not for very long, just for about 20 years. She was a wonderful person. She was humble as humble could be. She was a beautiful person. And she was like a sister to me. And to start with, I know a lot of people in this crowd here who know her. And with that, I just want to continue with the song. This is special because she was a mother and a father also.
जन्म देती है जो माँ जिसे जग कहे, अपने संतान में प्राण जिसके रहे। ओ लोरियां होठों पर सपने बुनती नजर, नींद जो वाद दे हंस के हर दुख सहे। थे रूप माँ बाप का, दूसरी दाता की पहचान है, ये तो सच है कि भगवान है। आपके ख्वाब हम आज हो कर जवां, उस परम शक्ति से करती है प्रार्थना। उनकी छाया रहे रहती दुनिया तलक, एक पल रह सके हम न जिनके बिना। आप दोनों सलामत रहे, सबके दिल में ये अरमान है, धरती पे रूप माँ बाप का, दूसरी दाता की पहचान है, ये तो सच है कि भगवान है मगर फिर भी अनजान है, धरती पे रूप माँ बाप का, दूसरी दाता की पहचान है। Thank you very much. The reason why I sang that song, Indo-Caribbean Federation, I placed first. And when I placed first, it was Sita Pandey who was the judge together with Lalita and someone else. And that song holds a special spot in my heart, and I will always sing that song for her memory. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it.
Thank you once again to Brother Nazir Subrati. At this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to basically, let's see if seconds a charm for him as well. We're going to call on Mr. Farouk Mumtaz Ali to give his contributions. After that, we have about 2 more singers, and then we shall be wrapping up. Another big round of applause for Mr. Farouk Mumtaz Ali.
Thank you guys for the second chance. प्रेमी हूँ पागल हूँ मैं, पागल हूँ मैं, पागल हूँ मैं, रूप का आंचल हूँ मैं, आंचल हूँ मैं, प्यार का बादल हूँ मैं। पर्वतों से आज मैं टकरा गया, तुम बुलाओ मैं ना आ गया। हो पर्वतों से आज मैं टकरा गया, तुम बुलाओ मैं ना आ गया।
यार तक आई नहीं, आ गया यारों का मौसम आ गया, तुमने दिया वादियों में आ गया, तुमने दिया वादियों में आ गया। You know, singing a song, I sing piece of it wrong because something came to my mind about her. उम्र है ऐसी है कुछ ये, तुम किसी से पूछ लो, उम्र है ऐसी है कुछ ये, तुम किसी से पूछ लो, एक साथी की जरूरत, एक साथी की जरूरत पड़ती है हर एक को, दिल तुम्हारा इसलिए घबरा गया, तुमने दिया वाज़लों में आ गया, तुमने दिया वाज़लों में आ गया। कुल कर इन बंदियों को तो जहरों की तरह, कुल कर इन बंदियों को तो जहरों की तरह, चोर आवारा हवा की, चोर आवारा हवा की, मस्त जोकों की तरह, रेशमी जुल्फों का मैं बिखरा गया, तुमने दिया वाज़लों में आ गया, ओ पर्वतों से आज मैं टकरा गया, तुमने दिया वाज़लों में आ गया, तुमने दिया वाज़लों में आ गया। I want to thank you guys. When you come to singing and you want to learn from the best, the two best I ever knows about, and I will always learn from them. You know, sometimes when I want to know about a song, two-person let us go. I mean, he will hear now. I go on YouTube and I listen to Son Son and Sita Pandey. That's the way I learn, not the correction of the word, but the melody of singing. I want to thank you guys.
Thank you very much, Farouk. The Indo-Caribbean Federation, for a number of years, have released hidden talents in the community. And as you have seen today, many performers from all backgrounds came to the forum to sing and to pay tribute to our late, belated Sita Pandey. Brothers and sisters, this organization has been doing an excellent job for a number of years under the leadership of the president, by Ralph Tamish, and his team. Please give them a big round of applause. At this time, we would like to introduce to you an individual. Since I was a kid in Guyana, I heard her name. Today is the first day I'm able to see her in person, but I always hear about her, and I saw her sing back in the days when I was a kid. Today I'm so eager to listen to her. She has sang with the band with Celia Samaru. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the one and only Sheila Basdale.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sad that I have to be here today for this occasion. But I want to say that Sita, rest in peace. May God bless your soul wherever you are. And so, because this is the end of the program, I would like to sing some of the songs that she used to have the people dancing on the floor. So let's do this. This is the memory that we will always have. Yes. closure.
A big, big round of applause. Truly a great celebration for Sheila Bosdale. All right, so coming out as we actually have our final speaker and also one final singer making her way down to make her contribution, serving the community for a number of years. Actually, she recently assisted us in the last East Indian Arrival Day celebration beauty pageant. Please actually help me welcome none other than Lalita Singh. She will be saying a few words, and then after that, we're going to have our final singer. So big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Big round of applause.
Thank you, Imran. As I always say, my son. There you go. Good evening, everyone. Namaste, Sitaram to each and every one of you. First of all, I would like to thank Ralph and his entire team today for putting this together for Sita. I'm sure she's looking from above and really enjoying this. Thank you. Thank you. I know it was very hard for everyone to come out to give their contribution, but they did so, a lot of singers. One thing I know for sure, karaoke would not be the same again. Don't you agree? It will not be the same again. But towards the end, she always said to me, Lalita, I don't want to go and sing out no more. I am so happy singing in the mandirs, and that's what I want to do from now on. So God listened to her. In his own little way, she got her prayers answered. I will miss her dearly. She was a part of our family. On behalf of all her friends who couldn't make it here today, I'm standing up tall and firm and say on behalf of them, Sita, wherever you are, we miss you. We miss you. My home will miss you. On behalf of Anand and myself, we will miss you. My home is not the same, or will not be the same without her, because she always come to my home, sit in the sofa and sing for many hours with Sun and Anand, and I'm sure they will miss her dearly. I want to say we must go on. God knows best. Please wear your mask. Please wear your mask and be safe. In God's name, thank you, Ralph. Thank you for your entire team. And yes, we will give you a donation for the time I'm speaking. He said to me, I'm going over the clock, so I have to give him a donation. Yes, we will give you a donation. On behalf of all of Sita friends and the relatives who can be here today, I want to be here for all of them. Thank you, Sitaram.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, of course, well, first of all, thank you so much to Auntie Lolita. And of course, it was a pleasure having you here, and it was a pleasure having all of you here this evening. So, we also want to say we appreciate you for actually bearing with us. I mean, a little bit late, a few glitches, but nevertheless, we had a great time. Thank you to Rockaway Roti Shop, actually. Well, thank you to the catering buffet for basically accommodating us. And now, at this point in time, we shall now proceed to our final performer. Please, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome. He actually did win the male singing competition, I believe, in 2014 or 15, one of those years. Please give it up for none other than Mr. Mohammed Butna. A big, big round of applause for him as he will be closing off today's program.
कहना जहाँ नहीं कहना वहाँ नहीं रहना दुखी मन मेरे सुन मेरा कहना जहाँ नहीं कहना वहाँ नहीं रहना दुखी मन मेरे दर्द हमारा कोई न जाने, अपनी गरज के सब है दीवाने, तुझ पे आगे किस मेरे कर, जो दुनिया जीवन से खेले, जो कि मन मेरे सुन मेरा कहना, जहाँ नहीं चैना वहाँ नहीं रहना, जो कि मन मेरे। लाख यहाँ डोली पे लाले, कुछ नहीं देंगे इस जग वाले, पत्थर के दिल मोम न होंगे, तुझे दिया है दिल से खेले, जो कि मन मेरे सुन मेरा कहना, जहाँ नहीं रहना वहाँ नहीं रहना, जो कि मन मेरे। अपने लिए कब है ये मेले, कुछ नहीं देंगे इस जग वाले, पत्थर के दिल मोम न होंगे, किसी जीवन में दिल से खेले, जो कि मन मेरे सुन मेरा कहना, जहाँ नहीं ठहरना वहाँ नहीं रहना, जो कि मन मेरे सुन मेरा कहना, जहाँ नहीं ठहरना वहाँ नहीं रहना, जो कि मन मेरे सुन मेरा कहना, जहाँ नहीं ठहरना वहाँ नहीं रहना, जो कि मन मेरे।
Nutrition that's a step ahead for their best life.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
A very special thank you to Mr. Mohammed Budna for that very special song. Of course, classic, sentimental, Kishore Kumar classic. All right, so we are, before we do wrap up, a quick tribute to Jerry Singh. It's about 2 minutes. So since we honored Sita Pandey's life, actually, a special presentation.
बिना बोले जो समझ ले मेरे मन की बात, मेरे दुख में मेरे सुख में जो है हर पल साथ, सबसे अच्छी सबसे सच्ची सबसे अच्छी सबसे सच्ची लोरे गाते हाथ, ओ माँ तेरे हाथ, ओ माँ तेरे हाथ, ओ माँ तेरे हाथ, ओ माँ तेरे हाथ, बिना बोले जो समझ ले मेरे मन की बात।
A person calls you or refers to you as the Nightingale of Guyana. With all the years and all your experience as a singer, what does that do for you, even to this day?
It really uplifted me because winning the Lata Mangeshkar competition had given me the confidence to go in and represent her, represent my country as a singer. I've traveled to Canada, to the US, I've lived many places, and I try to bring that heritage of culture and my music with me every place I go.
छोटी बूंदे बिंदियाँ लगाए, उंगली पकड़ के चलना सिखाए, खस्ता आंगन बजते कंगन, वो ही तन में सारा जीवन, वो सर्दी में वो धूप की चादर, सर्दी में वो धूप की चादर, गर्मी में बरसा, ओ माँ तेरे हाथ, ओ माँ तेरे हाथ, ओ माँ तेरे हाथ, ओ माँ तेरे हाथ, बिना बोले जो समझ ले मेरे मन की बात।
Daughter, Kajol is also a singer as well, well established. What are some of the lessons actually that has been taught to you that you've actually imparted upon her?
I know our culture is about music,
Right.
about religion, and I always instill in them that they need to learn their background, their culture, where they came from. And they've always listened to me singing. My family is all in music, so it kind of encouraged them. And both my daughters do sing, not only Kajal.
Yes, actually, your daughter Mira as well, yes.
Mira also. As you know, we are in Guyana. We did not grow up, speaking Hindi, but the love for Indian music have grown on us because listening to that every day has given us the opportunity, and it does help me a lot. And I am here today representing not only Guyana, but in the US. I've also sang in India, which they were very shocked to see that the West Indian people could really, do their, job as singing.
आँखों में वो सपनों जैसे, हर मुश्किल में अपनों जैसे, माथा चूमे सर सहलाए, कभी जगाए कभी सुलाए, दूध भी होकर
जो समझ ले